Okay, so in the last video I showed you how to animate the movement of the character in Grease Pencil, and you guys seemed to like the Grease Pencil tutorials, and I just wanted to tell you that I truly appreciate it. Now today I'll show you how to make this character look a little nicer. Alright, welcome back to where we left off. So what we have now is a character with an animation. Let's make this reference into a real-like character. First thing I like to do is go on here to materials and make some new materials for the character. First thing I'm going to do is disable the stroke and enable fill. Just for fun, let's make this a smurf. Make this one white. Now let's start drawing. What you should do now is switch layer from reference to lines, and I recommend turning off onion skin on the reference layer because we don't need that anymore. I recommend pressing F, then you can change the scale of the pen. I like to make it smaller for the lines. At this point you can start draw the character, and be sure to make it the style you want, and just have fun drawing. Now once you draw it once, you just go onto the next keyframe, and then what you can do often is select everything, go into sculpt mode and move it a bit with the reference. That usually works, but if it's much bigger movement you might have to draw stuff again. But in this case, that looks good, I think. But for this one, I'm gonna delete the upper body. Firstly, I'm going to select the pants and move them a bit. Be sure to check. Then you see the head stretches a bit, so let's rotate it first and then stretch it out a bit. Try to keep most of your already drawn drawings, but if you really have to draw it again, by all means. Just do this for every keyframe. As you can see, I have some left. Be sure to do that and come back. As you can see now, I drew every single frame again. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna color this guy. And since it's the Smurf, it is only two colors. It is blue and it's white. So this should be easier than most of what I do. So let's just draw the one frame first. Go over to the fill layer and be sure to select the right material as well. You can start draw a bit. Let's draw the upper body first. If you miss a spot like I do now here, I will show you how to fix that. Go into edit mode, select this one and go to sculpt mode and just move it a bit, as I showed you in the Grease Pencil setup video. Now we have that part, and it doesn't matter if you draw it outside of, like when I'm drawing this head now, it doesn't matter that parts of it ends up on the hat, because what I can just do is go on to white here, because now I've colored in all the blue, and then I can just draw over that again. Now we have the first frame all done, so what you need to do now is color in the rest. Alright, now we colored in every single frame. What you can do now is go back to draw mode, and on the layers you can disable the ref layer because we don't need that anymore. And now we have the finished animation. Be sure to look for small little gaps. Right here I can see I missed a little spot, so I go back to sculpt mode and I can just move this in so it looks a bit better. And it's not like the end of the world if you miss a little spot in your clip. You can always go back and change it and just render it again. The good thing about Grease Pencil is that it renders really fast, so you can easily go back and make changes. Now I'm going to show you how to export this little clip. I feel like the camera is a bit far down because you can see the hat goes over the camera. You see these lines here, that's the edge of the camera. So you can select the camera and then go usually on frame 1 I prefer. So press G, Z, and you can just move it a bit up. And then from this view you can see the camera view here. Now you can see it looks a bit better. What we do now is go to the output. I already did these settings, but be sure you have on 25 frames per second. 1920 by 1080 pixels is usually good enough. For file format you want to choose FFmpeg video. Then you go here, press this little folder icon, then you choose where to save. Now to render this you can press render and render animation, or the shortcut is Ctrl F12. Then it will render out frame by frame. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to comment down below what you want me to do next, and a like and subscribe would be very appreciated. And I will see you in the next video.